The U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson has accused China of using underhand trade practices to gain influence in South America.
Today, China is gaining a foothold in Latin America. It is using economic statecraft to pull the region into its orbit. While this trade has brought benefits, the unfair trading practices used by many Chinese have also harmed these countries' manufacturing sectors, generating unemployment and lowering wages for workers. Latin America does not need new imperial powers that seek only to benefit their own people.
And the figures would suggest Washington does perhaps have good reason for concern. U.S. exports to Latin America have taken a massive dip over the last 2 decades. And at the same time, China is seeing a huge growth in exports to the continent. Colombian lawyer Christian Manchera told us he thinks the United States' policy positions on Latin America will force the countries in the region to look for other partners.
I think that the main idea behind Tillerson's statements is kind of like to send a message to the region that Latin American countries should be careful with whom they trade with and what type of concessions they give to those partners that come in with apparent good conditions, but in the long run, they seem to deter those countries' economies and national industry. But we also have to remind Mr. Tillerson that it has been America's policy of forgetting Latin America that has led those Latin American countries to look for different partners in the world, because America has been completely lost and has forgotten about their biggest, I would say, allies, which are in fact those Latin American countries that some politicians look as the America's backyard.